Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Sounds of the Diaspora, Artist to Artist, a conversation with yours truly, Dion Parson. Man, I'm really excited about our guest tonight. This is a gentleman that I've known for many years, and we were just talking briefly, and we haven't seen each other in so long. And a couple of weeks ago, not a couple of weeks, about a month ago, ran into him in New York City on my street, and I was like, bro, you have to be on my show. And he agreed right there on the spot. So please join me in welcoming bassist extraordinaire, composer, arranger, and producer, the one and only Richie Goods.
Hey Dion, how you doing?
Oh, man.
Man, thanks so much for having me.
Yes, sir. So it's an honor to see you, man, and have you on the show, bro. It's been a while. It's been too long.
Oh my God, it's just, I think it's so beautiful. I love the jazz scene, but I just remember first getting on the scene and like all the cats that I used to hang out with and seeing you like all the time, and
Mm,
then it just things kind of just I don't know, they go in different paths and
right,
everything. And like we haven't seen each other in years, and now all of a sudden we're seeing each other again. So I
right,
just love that.
right. And it was so great to see you in Marcus Garvey Park playing with Mbate.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was a
with
lot of
Victor
fun.
Provost and my man Abe Fogel. Now I haven't seen Abe. That was the first time I've seen Abe. I haven't seen Abe longer than I haven't seen you.
Yeah, we used to do some playing with Alex Bouillon
Mhm.
and Cy Smith, and
Right.
yeah, I love Abe.
Yeah. Abe was. I met Abe when I first got to college. Man, he was at Rutgers, and Abe was like he immediately became a big brother to me. Man, and just sat. He was like one of the first guys that just sat me down, like, bro, this is what you need to do. So
Yeah,
I've always had a lot of love and respect for Abe.
yeah, it's
Good
such a
people.
beautiful cat.
Yeah, well, you're always in good company anyway, man. You guys from Philly, not Philly, Pittsburgh. I don't know
Right.
what's in the water in Pittsburgh, man, but there's something going on in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man, it's such a musical town. I mean,
Uh,
especially when you talk about jazz,
right.
I mean, even to this day, but the history of jazz, the lineage of jazz musicians, like Art Blakey, Ray
Mhm,
Brown, Stanley
mhm,
Turntine, George Benson, Dakota Staten, like I
right.
Billy Strayhorn,
Right.
yeah, Billy
Yeah.
Eckstein. It's crazy.
It
Roger
is. It
Hum
is.
Roger Humphreys, Dwayne Dolphin,
Tame.
Tane.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's really, once you start doing the research and just checking out cats, it's just amazing, man. And I've always been appreciative of the cats that are coming out of Pittsburgh, and you being one of them. And so you, I mean, obviously was surrounded by music, but tell us about your musical upbringing.
Well, I come from a kind of musical family. I
Mm.
was raised in the church, the Baptist church, and yeah, I used to go to church, I think like 8 days a week. But it was a really small church, so my mother was the pianist and the
Okay.
only musician in the church.
Mm.
So like everybody in my family, we kind of start piano lessons young when we're about 5 or 6 years old. So when I was 5, I wanted to be a drummer like you, but my mom said you got to learn the piano first. So I started studying piano for a few years, and then she let me play drums. And
Mhm.
then by the time I was 10 or 12, she had me playing piano for the kids choir, and then eventually I was playing. She was taking a lot of time off traveling, so I ended up playing for the main choir, playing piano.
Mm.
And then when she was there, if we have special concerts, she would play piano, and I would play drums or bass or whatever. So it was a good learning experience. But also in Pittsburgh, I went to the Performing Arts High School,
Mhm.
and which was an amazing school. It still is.
Mhm.
And I was blessed to have. Well, I actually auditioned to get into that school on saxophone and drums.
Wow.
And
Okay.
Yeah, and then and the drum teacher there at the school was Roger Humphreys, that
Right. Okay.
from Horace Silver
Hmm.
Song for My Father, and
Hmm.
yeah, all the a bunch of cats from back in the day, Stanley, not Stanley, Joe Henderson,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I learned a lot from Roger, and I got really into jazz in high school, and I would go to the jam session every Monday night
Hmm.
until 2 in the morning on a school night.
Hmm.
And my mother she was totally cool. On the weekends, I was in the club. I was going to hear Roger Humphreys. And in all the clubs, they knew me. They would let me in. They was like, you can't drink. I didn't drink anyways back then.
Right.
I just order a Coke, and I got to meet all the cats. By this time I was 16, some cats that heard me at the jam session, they start hiring me for gigs around Pittsburgh.
On which instrument at this point? Are you playing bass at this point, or
Yeah, by this time I always say I didn't choose the bass, it chose me. I always thought I was going to be a drummer,
right?
but I kind of start messing around with the bass, and I just, I fell in love with it, and people just start calling me. I got into like a band. We did like rock music and R&B music,
Hmm.
and then everyone started calling me to play bass. I'm like, man, I'm a drummer. Like, nah, you a bass
You're a bass
player.
player. Yeah. See,
Like,
I didn't know that about you. I just knew you to play bass, but you was always working anyway, so you didn't have time for the drums.
right. Well, yeah, but also I kind of stopped practice. I didn't realize it at the time, but I wasn't spending any time on the drums. I was just infatuated with the bass.
Right.
And so yeah, that's what I put all my energy into.
So when
Yeah.
you left Pittsburgh, you went straight to college, or
Right. Yeah. I went to Berklee College of Music. I was
okay.
actually I remember the year I graduated, Roger Humphreys that summer, he called me and he said, "Hey," and I'd sat in with him, but I never, actually played a gig with his band.
Hmm.
And he
Hmm.
called me that summer. He said, "Yeah, I'm looking for a bass player. I want to have you play with my band." Man, I was so excited. And I was like, I told him that, he said, "Can you do it?" I said, "Yeah, well, I got accepted to Berklee College of Music. I was going to go to college, but no, I want to play with you." And so I was going to not go to school and play with Roger Humphreys. And Roger said, "Nah, man, no, you got to go to school."
You gotta go to school, bro. That's
Yeah, he said, he
great.
said, "I'll always be here." So,
That's great, man. That's great.
yes.
Yeah. No, Roger, I mean, so many cats he's mentored, man. It's just great to have heroes like that.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, I had Roger, and then I had Dwayne Dolphin. And
Hmm.
Dwayne Dolphin is, I mean, just an amazing bass player. And when I was in high school, he was touring with Wynton Marsalis, and
Hmm.
he was a big star in Pittsburgh, and as he was still living in Pittsburgh and touring with, Jerry Allen and
Right.
Wynton Marsalis and all these people. And when I was playing with a band in Pittsburgh, and we played at this jazz festival in Pittsburgh, and Dwayne Dolphin I saw him on the bill. He was playing we were opening for him.
Hmm.
I was so excited. I wasn't even thinking about my gig. I just wanted to meet him. And after the show, I met him, and he came up to me. I was like, "Oh, Mr. Dolphin." He said, "Yeah, what's your name?" I said, "Richie Goods." He said, "Man, you sound good." And I said, "Oh, Mr. Dolphin, do you give lessons?" He said, "Nah, man, I don't give lessons." I was like, "Oh, man." And then he said, "Man, take my card, give me a call." And I was like, "Okay," but I'm like, "What am I gonna call you?" But like, I want a lesson.
Yeah, but
I
it's about
called.
to hang too. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at the time, but
Yeah.
I called him anyways, and I said, "You sure you don't give lessons?" He said, "Nah, but we could just get together sometime." I said, "Sure."
Hmm.
Um, I said, "When?" He said, "What are you doing now?" I said, "Nothing," knowing. I was supposed to be doing. So I was supposed to be picking my mom up from the airport, but he said he said I he said, "Where do you live? I'll come over your place." I was like,
Okay.
"Cool," and he just came over my place and listened to me play, and we played together. And that that time when I met him and he told me I sounded good, that was the last time he told me I sounded good for about 8 years or something.
Mhm.
He would never tell me I sounded good after that, but he always helped me. It was always constructive criticism
Yeah.
and everything. And he would just come to the jam session just to hear me play. And then after I played, when everybody's telling me how great I sounded, he sit down, son. Nah, man, that ain't it. Nah.
Mhm.
He said, and he would tell me what I needed to do, what I needed to work on.
Mhm.
And so he was a huge mentor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my mom knew it. She was because she was got home that night, had to catch an expensive taxi because I wouldn't answer the phone, and and she said, "Why didn't you pick me?" I was like, "Dwayne Dolphin came over," and she's like, "Okay, I understand."
You have a really forgiving mom, bro.
Yeah, well, she was behind
Well,
me and still
she
is behind
understood.
me.
She was a musician also. She understood. Yeah. You know,
Right. Yeah.
and Dwayne is cool, man. I did a Blue Note tour um, in the '90s with Dwayne and Jerry Allen, man. One of the best musical lessons I ever had. you know,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, man, yeah, great people. So, man, so once you left Berkeley, you came straight to New York, right?
Yeah, well, I stayed in Boston a couple of years because I was working. As soon as I graduated, I started touring with Christopher Holiday, with
Okay,
great Ron Savage on drums and Anthony Wanzi on piano, and we toured. We were really busy for like a whole year,
okay,
and that we were all in Boston. So I stayed in Boston, and then soon as that tour was over, I got a call to tour with Brian McKnight and Walter Beasley,
hmm
and so I did that for about 4 or 5 months, and but the year prior to that, when I was touring with Christopher Holiday, we played in New York at Sweet Basil's for a week, and Mulgrew Miller came down.
hmm
And I'd met him before because I would go see him when he would come to Boston with Tony Williams and different people. But he never heard me play. And he heard me play. He said, "Yeah, Richie, you sound good. Yeah, let me get your number. I'm gonna give you a call at some point." I was like, he ain't gonna call me. But
hmm
Anthony Wanji said, Mulgrew said he's gonna call. If Mulgrew said it, he's gonna
Yeah.
call you. So I'm waiting for him to call. Meanwhile, I was touring with Walter Beasley and Brian McKnight, and this is about a year later, and he called me. So I left that tour kind of like right in the middle of the tour. We had we had like 2 weeks off, and we were supposed to go back out on the road, and Mulgrew said he only had like 3 dates in New York. So can
Mhm.
you make him? I canceled Brian
Wow.
McKnight's whole
Okay.
tour to play with Mulgrew, and but I'm glad it was kind of a gamble,
Yeah.
but that's what I wanted to do,
Right.
and fortunately the gigs went well, and I it started a 9-year tenure with him.
Yeah, and that was a great band. I mean, I think the first trios with Ritas, right?
Yeah, yeah, with Tony Reedus.
Yeah, Ritas. May you rest in
Yeah,
peace, man. He was one of my favorites also. But I know
such a
Kareem played a
beautiful guy.
lot. Kareem played a lot with you guys, right?
Right after Tony Reedus was Kareem.
Kareem, and then he kind of
Yeah,
finished the gig out, right? Yeah,
yeah. Kareem was always Mulgrew's. Yeah, Mulgrew loved Kareem
yeah.
the way he played. Yeah,
Rightfully so.
but oh my God, I love the way Kareem played. That boy, his groove. Mulgrew always loved his ride cymbal,
uh,
and I heard him when Tony Reedus was leaving the band. Mulgrew said, if you hear somebody, don't keep it on the low, but if you hear somebody, let me know.
Mhm.
and I heard Kareem at Dean Street Cafe. He was
Mhm.
like 17 years old, and I was like, "Man, who's this cat?" I heard that ride cymbal. I was like, "Yo, Mulgrew's gonna love you." And I called Mulgrew the next day, and Mulgrew set up a session with Kareem, and
Mhm.
Lowry's like, "Let's go."
Rest is history.
Yeah,
That's great, man. It's funny how things like that happen, man. You know, it's just so you were the one that introduced Mulgrew to Kareem.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a drummer bass player hookup thing, man. You know, you get that. That's a really nice connection.
Yeah, man, I always, yeah, Kareem always felt so good.
That's
Yeah.
great. So tell us about some of the other gigs that you've been fortunate to be on because you've played with so many great musicians, man.
Man, well, like I was saying, I was going from Christopher Holiday, which was straight ahead jazz,
Mhm.
acoustic bass, to Brian McKnight and Walter Beasley. It was all electric bass. Then back to Mulgrew, all acoustic bass. And I think kind of in the 90s, when I was playing with Mulgrew, and I was playing with at that time mostly kind of straight ahead players, and
Right.
was doing stuff with Vanessa Rubin, Steve Turre, and eventually Russell Malone. And but every once in a while, I would do some playing in church and playing on some like pop music recordings and stuff, some
Mhm.
electric bass stuff. But uh, but I always had this. I never wanted to choose
Mhm.
which direction because I love the upright bass, I love the electric bass, I love almost every style of music.
Right.
So I just wanted to. I didn't want to be tied down. But that's one thing for me that I remember the most about in my career is I felt this pressure in the 90s to be this straight ahead jazz musician.
Right.
You know, I felt like there was pressure from the industry, and and I would do radio shows and stuff, kind of like this, and they're like, "Oh, we're so glad to see a young guy playing the real bass, the upright bass, and none of that hip hop mess, and all this stuff." I was like, "Well, I like all of that, so I actually play electric too, and
Right.
Jimi Hendrix is my favorite artist, period."
Mhm.
And but yeah, it was a lot of pressure, and I was trying to fit into that straight ahead thing. But finally, I talked to Mulgrew about it, and I talked to like uh, I remember Donald Brown, the
Mhm.
great pianist. He knew about my electric playing and everything, and he said, "Richie, man, you need to let all that stuff come out in your playing because you're only showing the world, giving the world a small piece of who
Right.
you are
Right.
musically." So then I think that's when I hit I call it FIP, the F it point.
Right.
Because literally I really felt this pressure and how I should be playing and what I should be doing. And I
Right.
was like, forget it. I don't care what anyone says. I'm gonna do what I want to do and the way I want to do it. I'm
Right.
gonna play the way I play. If you don't like it, don't call me. And what happened was I felt like I got this freeing feeling,
Mhm.
and and yeah, there were some people that stopped calling me too, but it seemed like now a different crowd of people, different
Right.
people started calling me, and now more people starting to was start to hear me, and they wanted me and not just any bass player.
Right. Right. Right.
And I start developing my own sound and style.
Mhm.
And so yeah, and then that kind of led to I started playing with the Manhattan Transfer, and that was really my first gig where I got to play electric bass and upright bass
Mhm.
on the same gig. And I did that for 3 years, and then I started playing with Lewis Hayes and uh, the Headhunters,
Hmm.
and who else? Lenny White and Steps Ahead.
And
And
these are
so,
all distinctly different gigs. Like,
yeah, I know. I
yeah,
know.
man. Like when you say you got to switch hats, I mean, you go from Manhattan Transfer to Louis Hayes is like, you
I
know,
know.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
Steps Ahead and Lenny, but what I'm hearing, man, is like you're so versatile. It's like you can't just be put in one box, and I think that's something that in this time and age, cats are starting to accept because like when I first came to town in the '90s, if you weren't just on the scene playing and you had a teaching job, oh, you're not a real cat because you're teaching. Now everybody's teaching,
Right. Right.
but then even crossing genres is this and for me coming from the islands, jazz was like the last genre of music that I really heard because I grew up hearing calypso, reggae, soca, Latin, bomba, merengue, what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
and you were one of the first cats, man, like, that was doing it all. I was like, yeah, here's this cat, he can hear all of that. See, that's the other thing. A lot of cats can't hear it.
Yeah, but see, I listened to it all though. I
Yeah.
grew up. I didn't grow up with jazz. I studied jazz like crazy from
Mhm.
through high school and college and even after college. But I just always listened to so much music,
Right.
and I'm thankful because it kept me working a lot more than you
Right.
know a lot of people because I was versatile. Like
Mhm.
in the midst of doing all these straight ahead gigs, I got calls to do. I did a record with Alicia Keys. I did a record with Whitney Houston. I did a record with Common,
Mhm.
amongst all the jazz
Right.
records.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
yeah. And
Which
so,
which is which like again, you being that versatile, these things happen.
yeah. And then like Chris Bodie, I did Chris Bodie. I played in his band for like 5 years, and we did a tour with Sting.
Mhm.
And I thought that was I had a blast on that gig because it was I mean, besides the fact that it paid well, but we were on the road about 250 days a year. It was just nonstop. But his music is so diverse.
Mhm.
We would swing, we play some pretty ballads, but we're funkin', we're playing funk, we're playing
Mhm.
fusion, we rock out, and it was some of everything. And
Right.
then we played with Sting. We got to play his music and everything, and um, yeah, it was. I just love doing a lot of stuff.
So I'm gonna throw you on the
Yeah.
spot here right now, which I shouldn't do because it's kind of a trick question, but like as of today, what's your favorite gig you've done?
Oh man,
I know, it's a rough one, right?
I the easiest question, and I'm not going to answer it though, is the worst gig I've ever done. That comes out right away, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Well,
But
give us like your top
okay,
five gigs, not in any particular order.
I would have to say Mulgrew.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I would have to say Chris Bodie,
Hmm.
and probably Lenny White.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, but there was so many other gigs that were just so beautiful. But I just remember those gigs, learning so much on those
Right.
gigs, and
Yeah.
just the music. I'm just on stage and just loving the music, and on those also the vibe, the energy, which is
Right.
really important to me.
Right.
You
Being
know.
around some good cats, man, that you could just vibe with on and off the bandstand. That's important.
Right. Right.
Especially when you're on the
Yeah.
road 200 days out of the year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Bodie had some good people, and
Mm.
you know, as when I was in the band, there wasn't much drama,
Yeah.
fortunately.
Good, good. That's great, man. That's great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't mean to put you on the spot like your favorite gigs. Like if somebody asked me
No.
that, it's just hard, man. It's to say, because you learn from different, like being so versatile. You got the funk stuff, the church stuff, the jet straight ahead stuff. It's just it's difficult to just choose one.
It is. But now, I mean, I love playing with my band, like the the cats that play with me, they switch, but it's the band with me and Chen Chen Lu, and
Mhm.
she has great energy, and we just want to make sure we keep cats in the band with really good energy,
Right, right.
you know.
That's great, man. Speaking
Yeah.
of your band, you've put out several CDs. Tell us about some of the projects you've done.
Well, I had a few different bands, Richie Goods, Nuclear Fusion at
Mhm.
first, and then the Goods Project, which we did. I think I gave you a few tracks from that
Okay.
to play. But that was a tribute to Mulgrew Miller,
Hmm.
and but I kind of took his music and I say functified it a little bit. It's a little more groove based, but it's all his music. And now currently I'm working, like I said, a collaborative project with Chen Chen Lu, which is this project for me is really the most special project I've done because it kind of spawned out of the pandemic. And it was that was a really emotional time for me, and having so much time to think about things. And I think I took a big shift in my music, and it became not so much about impressing people or like kind of showing off. It was all about kind of uniting people,
Right,
and which is I kind of feel, um, now my music has a purpose because that's what I've been about all my life is uniting people. I don't want to separate people, and with Chen Chen being from Taiwan and me being from here and being a Black American, there was so much stuff, like during the pandemic with Black Lives Matter, and then there was Asian hate crimes, and we're
hmm,
just trying to, figure out like what is going on in this
right,
world and everything.
right,
And we had a lot of talks about it and everything, and we would talk with our bands about it and everything because we just really believe truly that we're all one people, that and we're all brothers and sisters, so we can't understand the division,
right.
like why why we talk even just within this country, just us and them,
Hmm.
like it's just us.
Right. Yeah,
you
it's
know
ridiculous how that is.
yeah,
Yeah, man. But music, I think music is really part of the solution, and it's funny
I
because if
agree.
you look back at the whole civil rights movement, a lot of musicians were very active. The Nina Simones and the Harry Belafontes and these folks were like the voice of the people, and I think that's something that can be addressed through the music. But you've always been a expressive person, and like you said, it's about unity and connecting with people. You shared some of your music with us, which is great music, by the way. Thank you for sharing it, and I would love to share it with our audience. Do you mind if we play some of your songs?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay, okay, great.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the first song you shared with us, and this is Aquarius. Can you tell us about this arrangement real quick?
Oh, this is actually this is an unreleased song,
Okay.
and it's a song I wrote during the pandemic and everything, and we just recorded this, but we haven't released the record yet, so you're getting a sneak preview of this song. And I'm an Aquarius, and I don't know, it's just a kind of epic sounding song.
Okay. I know you playing it down, but we'll let the audience hear it for themselves. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's check it out. Aquarius.
All right, cool.
saying? That's a little something, huh?
I
Wow.
love that.
Hey, Richie. Is that drummer Lil John Roberts?
Actually, no, that's John. He's on a lot of things I've done, but he's on the Mulgrew record, but he's on this. No, he's not on this record. He's on one of the connected records, but not this one.
Okay. Who's the personnel on this song?
Oh, oh, that was Eli Howe.
Eli Howe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, young dude. He's still in his 20s, and he was playing with Kristen Scott and Robbie Coltrane, and
Okay.
I met him when he was still a teenager, and
Mhm.
but Eli Howe on drums, of course Chen Chen Lu on vibraphone, uh, Russ Gelman on guitar, and Matt Wong on keyboards. He played piano and organ.
Okay. That's great, man. I love it. Y'all dropped into this Fela Kuti vibe, man.
Yeah,
I said, okay, check that out.
I don't know a lot about that music, but I love those grooves. I in a lot of my music, I use those kind of high life
Right, yeah.
kind of grooves and everything, Afro beat and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the fusion because it opens up with this, rock thing, ding, 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 but then it lends right into it. Just fell right into that, that subtle filler groove, man. Beautiful music, man. Aquarius.
yeah.
Okay, all
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my repertoire.
Oh, yeah, please do.
I know it's not released yet, but thanks for sharing. Thanks for
Yeah,
sharing.
it will be soon. We're
Yeah.
meeting and trying to figure out how to release this thing.
Okay. Okay, great, man. Well, while you're figuring that out, we're gonna move on to the next song.
Okay, all right.
And this one is Someday We Will All Be Free.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the connected. Actually, that is Lil Jon on that and
On this
Jameson
one?
Ross. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let's check it out. Someday We Will All
Okay.
Be Free.
Hang on to the world as it spins around. Just don't let the spin get you down. Things are moving fast. Hold on tight and you will last. Oh, keep your self-respect and your manly pride. Whoa, oh, get yourself in gear and keep your stride. Oh, never mind your fears. Brighter days will soon be here. Hey, yeah. free. Oh, just wait and see. Someday we'll all be free. Hey, we'll all be free. Yeah. Someday we all will be free. Someday we'll all be free. Hold up your head up high, high. Brighter days will soon be here. Never mind your fears. Never mind your fears. Yeah. Someday we'll all, I believe it. One day we'll all be free. Yeah. Oh. Someday we'll all be free. Someday we'll all be free.
Yeah, bro, that's a classic, man.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful arrangement. Who's the vocalist?
Jameson Ross.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Gil Young. Thank you, Gil.
Yeah, I followed you for years. I love your deep groove, your precision, and how you blend acoustic jazz, funk, and contemporary fusion. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. I feel like in the industry we need more of that.
Yeah.
I that was a rough thing for me first starting my band.
Mhm.
I think most people knew me, the scene kind of from doing straight ahead.
Right.
And it was hard to find a venue or radio station or anything that would be interested in my music.
Right.
You know, I feel like they want jazz standards or whatever or acoustic, and I feel like the jazz standards now it's part of the language of jazz, but it's like a learning tool. It's just like, you play Bach etudes or whatever.
Mhm.
It's a tool to practice, and to learn the language of jazz. But and then certainly you can do things with them. But I want to kind of advance the music and do more original stuff. And
Right.
big shout out to all the people that are doing that.
No, well, you're doing it. You're doing it. So
Thank you.
continue, man. Continue, and the venues and all that stuff will come. I'm sure they
Yeah,
will.
they're starting to come. The industry is changing,
Yeah, it is.
so
It is.
that's I
Yeah.
think for
So
the good.
keep understood. Richie Goods for the goods.
Yeah.
There you go. Beautiful, man. Well, let's continue with this music that you shared. So let's keep the flow going. The next song is Farewell to Dogma. So
Oh yeah.
that's another
That's
original.
that's one of Mulgrew's
Okay.
classics, and I used to play this every night with Mulgrew.
Okay.
So, but
you're
this
in
is
a Mulgrew
my
studio.
version of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's check it out.
Okay.
You really summed that up, man.
That's Gregoire Moret
Yeah.
on harmonica and Cedric Mitchell on
Cedric.
keyboards. Or
Okay.
yeah, that's my dude. And
Yeah.
Lil Jon on drums. One of
Okay.
my college buddies from LA, Tariq Akani on
Uh-huh.
guitar. Bad dude.
Beautiful, man. I haven't heard Cedric's name in a while, man. Beautiful cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a
Thank you,
comment here.
Ron.
Love the way you combine soul, R&B, rock, and jazz. Yeah, I think Mulgrew would love
That's
that, man. I think Mulgrew would love that arrangement.
oh I'm sure he would. He did my very first gig as a leader. Um he I'm reading his comments. But
Yeah.
Mulgrew, I played at the Zinc Bar with all electric bass, Cindy Blackman on drums,
Uh,
and Jeff Lockhart on guitar, super bad dude from
mhm.
Boston. And Mulgrew played Fender Rhodes and synthesizer.
No kidding. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
beautiful, man. I'd love to hear that. Beautiful.
it's
We got another comment here, man. The pulsing bass lines and Little John's throbbing drums are off the chain, bro. Yeah,
yeah, Lil
great,
Jon,
man.
he's
Yeah,
such an
yeah.
amazing drummer.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
man, bro, we got time for one more. Let's squeeze this last song in and just jump right into it real quick because time is not on
Okay.
our side. This is
Yeah. No.
entitled The Sage.
All right, thanks.
That's the Stage by Richie Goods.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Nice, relaxed and musical vibe. Beautiful color.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great music, man. Great music.
Thanks.
A wide variety of sounds and styles and grooves, which shows your versatility, man. Thank you for sharing this with us, and thank you, man, for coming on the show.
Man, thank you so much for having me. It's nice to reconnect with you. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, it's great talking with you, man.
I was just heading home, man, and here you're coming down the block.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, man.
Yeah.
So this won't be the last time. I know you have more music, so we're gonna definitely love to have you back and share some more music with us. And we'll talk offline, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Before you leave, let
Yeah.
our audience know how they can follow you. Any websites, social media.
Yeah, I have my website, richiegoods.com, and I'm on Instagram a lot and Facebook. Just at Richie Goods, you can find me. And yeah, we have the main thing I'm working on now is the Connected Band, and we have some shows coming up in Ohio. We're doing SF Jazz in San Fran
Hmm.
in October, and then we go to Europe in January. So
Okay,
yeah,
so you're busy.
please follow. Yeah, yeah, and hopefully some festivals next year, and so
Okay,
definitely follow me.
definitely. Well, we will definitely be following you, and so hopefully our audience will too. So thank you again. And it's been a pleasure, man, having you on the show.
Likewise, thanks so
All right,
much,
man.
Dion.
Yes, sir. Take
Take
care.
care.
Yes, that's the great Richie Goods sharing his musical repertoire, some of his musical repertoire with us, and his story, and as well. And it's just really good to reconnect with him. Like he said, it's been many years since we've seen each other, so it's great that he was able to join us tonight on Sounds of the Diaspora. So we thank him for that. Come back next week as we present to you another one of my heroes, one of my mentors, someone that I've known for many, many years. I met this gentleman when I was like 18, 19 years old in St. Thomas playing with Gary Bartz. Come back next week as we present to you the great Nasa Abade and Sounds of the Diaspora. So you guys take care. Thanks for joining us tonight, and it's been a real pleasure presenting the show for you. Have a good evening. Take care.